Tonight, New Year is back with a bang. Huge crowds flock to the foreshore for the biggest party in years.
The stage and centrepiece are set on Sydney Harbour, which tonight hosts one of the biggest shows on earth.
From Russia with love, Putin invites Xi to Moscow as the leaders agree to step up military cooperation. Donald Trump's tax returns finally made public. They show the former president claimed huge losses while in the White House. Rafael Nadal suffers a shock loss to Britain's Cameron Norrie at the United Cup. And from Ukraine to the Queen and a change in government, we take a look back at the year that was. Good evening, Lydia Feng with ABC News. In 2019, it was bushfires. In 2020 and 21, it was COVID. But this year, it's a return to business as usual for Sydney's annual fireworks display. More than 1 million people are expected to line the harbour foreshore for tonight's New Year's celebrations, with many revellers getting there early in a bid to claim prime viewing position.
It was a colourful start to end the year, and for many, an early rise for a late night to see out 2022.
Happy New Year!
Crowds queued outside the Opera House trying to nab one of the best spots in town. By 10 a.m, it was a full house. Tents, umbrellas, picnic blankets, armchairs, even hammocks popped up along the harbour foreshore as revellers settle in for the fireworks.
We arrived here yesterday.
We have the best spot in the place.
While the beaches were packed as people soaked up the summer sun.
The weather, wow, mashallah.
This time last year, the borders were closed, but tourists have been welcomed back with open arms.
Oh my God, so excited. It's a big dream to be here in Sydney to the new year.
Really excited, the fireworks, Sydney. I like it, I love it. Woo!
Over the last 2 years, the pandemic has hindered the end-of-year celebrations.
But we're hoping it's behind us. We're hoping that we enter this new year with energy and optimism. I think that's really important.
But in the lead-up to tonight's main event, it's been a waiting game. Many came prepared with cards and snacks. Others got some shut-eye, and some made the most of the waterside view. Over 1 million people are expected to fill the city to watch the show, and police will be out in force on the water.
Yeah, it looks all good.
And in the air to keep the festivities in order.
It does take time to get 1 million people out of this great city, and not everyone can get on the first train or the first bus out of the city.
This year, organisers are going all out. The light show will burn through 8 tonnes of pyrotechnics, with more than 7,000 fireworks to be launched from the bridge alone.
I heard on the news, ABC News, that it's going to be like the biggest one.
A fitting way to send off the year.
Happy New Year!
Cayman Gok, ABC News, Sydney.
Jeremy Fernandez is down at the harbour for us. Jeremy, there's been a bit of cloud cover at times today. Are we going to get the clear skies for tonight's show?
Look, Lydia, I don't like to be too certain about making a weather prediction, particularly when we've had such a mixed bag this week, but I think we're going to be okay. Truly, after years of disruptions, tonight feels like a bit of a coming out party for Sydney. The pandemic is, of course, not over, but crowd levels are up at numbers we haven't seen here for years. Still, the open air does offer some protection and the opportunity to physically distance. The atmosphere here is a happy one and also a bit subdued, I have to say, especially among those people who've been camping out since before daybreak to get some of the best spots down here at Circular Quay. Now, the weather, mild, cool and dry, importantly. It's likely to stay that way for the rest of the evening. Tonight is a chance for us to all look ahead to 2023 with optimism and hope. The ABC has a stellar lineup of musicians and classic hits to see you into the new year. We hope you can join us. Lydia, back to you.
Thanks, Jeremy. And we'll have more coverage of New Year's celebrations a little later in the show.